Hi, this is Sheila Stromberg, Notorious SHE. I am doing a little tutorial today on how to make tassels. I know it's probably something that you already know how to do, but I really like the way that I do them because it's really secures them really strongly onto the knitting, and then they're also really nice and like deep and long, and it's taken me a while to figure out a good way to do it, so I thought I would share. I'm putting them on this hat that I just finished crocheting. I don't have a name for the pattern yet, but when I do, I will post it in the information on the video. The yarn that I'm using today is this really nice chunky weight yarn. It's Red Hearts Chunky Soft, it's called. And the color is minty. I love this color. If you haven't noticed, like everything I'm knitting and crocheting right now is the same color because it's like the best color. Okay, so what I use for making my tassels, first of all, I like to put tassels on the end of like ties like this, and I like to leave a little couple pieces of string on the end that's a little long, you know, a couple inches on there, and so that's all I use to attach them. So I'm going to show you what I do. I am really lazy, and so I don't like measure them or anything. I just take my crochet hook caddy and I just wrap the yarn around it, and I did about 20 threads for the other one. I like them really, really thick, so if you like yours thinner or shorter, you can pick something less long. You could go this way across your crochet caddy or whatever. So I'll just wrap this around about 20 times. Okay, so then we're about like that. It'll start to kind of like buckle like that, and that's fine because it's going to make your ties like a little bit different lengths, which I think looks really nice. So I started my yarn down here at the bottom, so I'm going to tie the tassel. Make sure that comes all the way to the bottom, and you can snip that now. So I'm going to tie mine. I do it up here at the top, at the opposite end of where your yarn is coming out of. So I just take the little spare threads that I had from the top. I bring one under, and then we're going to tie it in a square knot, right over left. And then before I pull it tight, I bring the little thread back under. So it's going to center the knot, you can see, over the middle of the pile, not like off to the side. We want it right under the middle here. So tie it tight. I like mine like really tight, so I know they're not going to come out, you know. Right over left. Then we're going to bring the thread back under. We're going to go left over the right. Bring it back under again, so it's in the middle. Pull it nice and tight. Bring it back under, and then right over left again. Back under. Okay, now this should be secured in there really nice and tight. So then I'm going to come under here, just snip off the threads. So then your tassel should look something like this. And if it's not quite even, you can just tug on it a little bit. So you can see I can still tug on them. So then I feel like, oh, well, it's not secure enough. So then what I do is I lay the tassel nice and flat when it's kind of arranged how I want it to. Pick a nice long thread. Don't pick one of those short ones that we tied the square knot with. Pick one of the nice long threads, and then I bring a loop and wrap it around the back, and then pull this through. And then wherever you want, however far up you want yours to look kind of the same, you know, so make sure that they're about at the same length from the top. So this is just going to be a knot that we can secure nice and tight. Make sure everything's pulled down into the tassel well, so you don't have little bits hanging out like crazy. So then I do it another time. I wrap around, whoops, pull that nice and tight, wrap around from the back, pull it through, and then pull it nice and tight again, and now it'll really start to snug up and feel secure. And then I do it one more time, around from the back, and pull it nice and snug. There we go. And that should secure it nicely, and now the threads are a lot more locked in, and they should match nicely. And then when you get to the end, I like mine to be kind of like symmetrical, so I just trim them a little bit sometimes. So kind of like the middle is long and the outside is a little bit shorter. you know. And then if there's any really long ones or anything that's bothering you, you can just chop them off. And then we want them to be about the same length, which this one's a little longer. There we go. Okay, that's it. Easy peasy. So you should be able to handle that, I think, and then your tassels should be a lot more secure than a lot of other ways that people use. Okay, thanks.